What's happening, Possum Kingdom? I don't have a lot up top here. Just wanted to remind you that we're going to have a big listening party for episode 100 on January 2nd. Now, we're going to go live with our stream around 5 p.m. Central Time, and then we will start the episode around 7:30. More details to come as we get closer, but go ahead and plan on being there on Saturday, January 2nd at 5 p.m. Central Time on our Discord. If you haven't been to one of our little live stream parties before, I urge you to come check it out. They're always a blast. We're going to do some fun giveaways. We got some exciting things to talk about and just have fun. We're all jazzed that we made it to episode 100. So I just wanted to remind you that that is coming up soon. I also wanted to just say happy holidays to all of you and thank you for being a bright light in an otherwise dismal year. Hopefully 2021 will be better, but I'm not holding my breath. In any case, thank you for being one of the best parts of this year. All right, that's all I got. I know you want to know what the hell is going on. Grimdark, here we go. So tune in because we're on episode 98. Oh, Captain. Why, Captain? Welcome back to the premiere Grimdark Starfinder podcast. We were talking prior to pushing record, kind of in just our normal little pre-show banter. We've been joking about this. We got called Grimdark by a review on Reddit. We all thought that was kind of funny because we don't really consider ourselves Grimdark. But after last episode, I feel like we can't joke about it. It's
unironic now. You know?
We've spoken into reality.
Yeah.
So really, you need to blame the Redditor who said that for last week's episode. It's really their fault.
That's my take on it.
Happened to it. Yeah.
Well,
I hope that Redditor listens and realizes that we saw their comment and is like, "Holy shit! Yeah, we're watching."
They must listen if they know that we're Grimdark.
That's true.
Nothing about our marketing material suggests Grimdark. You have to get in there to really get to the meat of it.
Yeah, it's several episodes in before it gets
just a few. Yeah. Episode 98, y'all. Oh my gosh,
I can't believe it either.
I don't know. I feel like I just want to stop here. I'm not ready for it.
We just end the APA right here? Is this it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
you lie in it.
Good job.
Not to beat a dead horse, but I've solved this shit a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true, Josh. I have to give it to you, man.
Yeah, I'm much more inclined to just give you that win now because literally for the last 3 weeks I've been on the verge of throwing up.
Oh no!
I don't know.
Drinking so much.
Hey, man, in this pandemic, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, right. I don't know. No, I'm excited for it. It's just with last week's episode and what's gonna the fallout of that tonight.
What happened last week?
You guys went to a farm and pet some goats and drank some Surge.
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 What is this, 1998?
Yeah. Surge is still a thing, and I buy it regularly.
You would.
Yeah, you would.
I don't know.
It says the guy with the cut-off shirt sleeves and suspenders. Get the fuck out of here.
It's out
You shut up. You look saucy.
Pop them spendies for us one time, John.
Yeah, let's get a suspendy twindy.
There you go.
That's a suspendy twindy right there.
There you go. I like it. We probably better just call it a spendy twindy, right? Suspended twindy's too long. Spendy twindy.
You will see, I don't really like to put a label on it,
I'm not really into labels.
Just into suspenders.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to keep just beating around the bush because I don't really want to get into it. 'Cause, I don't really know how it's going to go. How you doing, Zach? How was your day today? Was it good?
Yeah, I'm solid, man. I'm good.
Tell me a story. Let's do fly free or die right now.
No, absolutely not. Sorry, can't help you there.
Well, all right. I guess we'll pick it up, and shit really got grimdark last episode.
You might say that, yes.
But for real, shit got weird. I mean, I've been talking to a couple of you in between episodes over the week. Just y'all been texting me, and just I know it's been weighing on a couple of you actually as people. And I mean, how are you feeling about it right now?
I feel like Phil did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that assessment.
I mean, you certainly resisted till the very end there, which, I really didn't know which way you were going to go, Josh, if I'm being honest. Like,
really?
When I was prepping this, I just did, I kind of figured how everybody else was going to react and what they were going to do. I mean, I kind of forced Zach into his situation, and I had an idea of what Ziva was going to do.
Really?
Yeah, but it's still kind of like hit harder than I expected when she did it. Was that like that for you, Emily? I mean,
so I have actually had, I haven't necessarily reached out to anybody because honestly, I sort of wanted to wait until this episode. But I cried after we got off air because I thought I had made like a huge mistake. But after I thought about it and everything, I was like, you're playing your character the way she would react. Because everything that Ziva did, she had a very good reason for. Like, in her mind, she was 100% making Oren better. Like, she's helping him to feel better, helping to relieve some of his hate, his pain. And, that's a good thing. It's born out of a painful circumstance, but like the doctor was saying, she's familiar with that, getting the best out of a bad situation. So I'm going to double down on my initial assessment. And as much as it breaks my heart, I think that Ziva would 100%, that would have been her course of action.
Just going to double down like a chicken sandwich made with chicken bread.
Yep.
Well,
Dude,
gross.
I'm ashamed to say that I tried one of those and enjoyed it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I was not disappointed.
It's chicken,
You guys
man.
should both be ashamed of yourselves.
No.
I
I haven't
yummy.
tried it.
They yummy.
I want to piggyback on Emily's comment. I also had trouble the day, right after session as well. I had a lot of trouble sleeping. And I was even wondering whether I did something wrong. With the whole exchange that happened between the doctor and Kuiper, etc. And even then, even after that, trying to, me and Kuiper have two completely different thoughts on the matter. And like the thing is that it was hard to actually separate that at first. It was very hard to figure that out. Like where I had to like put pen to paper just to address my thoughts and try to identify what the fuck is like, where's the separation?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, I hope that you figured it out.
Oh, you guys had choices, huh? That must be nice.
Oh, novel concept.
Let's get into it and see what the fallout from this is going to be. I mean, we ended last week with the captain severing a strand of Oren's spirituality. And when you do that, Ziva, the doctor turns to you and says, "Yes, you have soothed your pilot and your friend. This was a wise choice and one step among many for you to achieve your 9 truths." And then she turns to Mike and Kuiper, and she snaps her fingers, and the restraints pop open, and you are both able to get off of the beds if you want. Now, Oren, the restraints pop off of you as well, but you are unconscious at this point. When she cut the strand, you just blacked out.
Okay.
Is Oren still, like, he hasn't magically healed? Is his scalp still open?
And his chest cage is wide open too.
Once the doctor, indicates that Ziva's done her portion, she would immediately try and start healing him,
Using what?
I mean, she has Mystic Cure. I have 3.
Okay, so about that.
Oh.
You now are required to roll a will save against corruption anytime you want to use your Mystic Connection powers.
Oh.
Cool. Cool.
Okay.
So don't
I'll
fuck it up.
do that.
Wow, that's harsh.
It's a little cocked. Can I roll again?
Sure, Emily.
Okay,
sure.
good. Doesn't fucking matter. I rolled a 3. It's 12 total.
All right. Well, you are not able to cast Mystic Cure. However, you do progress a stage in corruption, and you are now on stage 4. And you have gained a new manifestation, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I can't spend a resolve.
Not here.
Oh, fuck.
Mike, Kuiper, what do you do?
So, I mean, she unstraps us, and I can see, upon, getting up, I can see Oren.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you were able to see him the whole time, even though you were strapped down. You're just you could just turn your head and see him, You heard him scream,
Yeah, I mean, as soon as those restraints come off, I gotta play Mike like Mike. And he pops up and says, "What the fuck did you do to him? I'll fucking kill you!" And he's gonna charge at her.
She just holds up a hand and stops you dead in your tracks.
Yeah, and it's like a tall person holding a child's head. He's gonna be swinging at her still. I don't care. Like, he would be lost to rage from that. From actually seeing Zach, or not Zach, Oren with his, chest cavity open and his head sawed off. There is nothing you could do to calm him down in this moment,
She said, well, in that case, she snaps her fingers and blackness for Mike, and he disappears out of the lab.
That's
leaving
probably for the best.
Leaving the captain and Kuiper and a splayed Orin on the table with the doctor. What do you do, Kuiper?
So, Kuiper is almost away from where he's currently in. This is a time that's out of place, and even in his mind, almost is also out of place. But Kuiper is kind of coming, as soon as the locks disengage, he kind of comes back to himself, and he sees what happens with Mike, just vanishes. And an unbidden thought enters his head as he's getting up, and then he's just like, a thought just intrudes, and he pictures an old figure he respects saying the words, "To take, one must first give." And this gives him the courage to face what's about to happen. And in that flash of realization, he's going to look at Ziva, lay back down, and say, "Do it."
The doctor looks at you, Kuiper, and says, "Good. You understand the value of pain. You're a soldier. You've been in war. You understand that growth only comes from pain. Captain Ziva, please step over to Kuiper, Mr. Vargas."
Ziva, can you explain to me what happens to Ziva when she tries to cast the spell?
You just don't feel like your connection, because your connection was through Orin and Ibra, right?
Yeah.
You guys kind of mind melded together in that moment on Aurelos, and you gained that power from your connection. Your mystic connection comes through Orin, and you just severed it.
Okay.
And you feel that, and so do you still feel that it's there, but it is so much harder for you to access, and you think back to the time that you spent with Orin on Akaton, like learning this and the training that he gave you, and it just feels muddied, and everything that you thought you knew about it just seems just out of grasp.
Okay. She would kind of stare at her hands a little bit, and then look at Kuiper, and then look back at Orin, and she'd say to the doctors, "Before I can't do anything until he's healed. I can't heal him. Help me."
"Oh, he's fine." And she walks over and touches Orin's forehead. Blackness, he's gone. "You'll find him in one piece. Don't worry."
I'm worried. We can go once this is done.
"Of course."
And she would kind of slowly shuffle over. Ziva's normally far from Emily. She's a very graceful creature, but she's just kind of slumped and just... "All right, Kuiper. Are you sure about this?"
And from the examination table, he looks at her and just smiles. It's all right.
The scientist says to you, Ziva says, one moment before you begin. Kuiper, Mr. Vargas.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. And she lays her hands on your chest, and shadow kind of swirls around her, kind of like almost in a tornado, starting at her feet, moving up her legs, around her waist, around her bust, and then down her arms. And the shadow goes into you. And she says, a gift. A token of goodwill. I don't mean you harm. I just mean to show you the beauty and the ecstasy of pain. Madam Ziva, you may proceed.
So what exactly is she supposed to do?
Oh, yes. I would like you to make an incision from groin to sternum.
The shadow, is it still like around Kuiper, or is it inside him, or?
Oh, it's inside him.
Okay.
It like phased into him.
All right. Ziva would, is he strapped down?
No, he's doing this of his own free will.
Ziva would kind of like reach out with her right hand and just kind of like stroke his brow a little bit, and would lean down and just kiss him right between the eyes. And then make the incision.
As you're going to make your first cut, the door to the lab burst open, and a gray-skinned woman with yellow eyes comes into the room, and behind her you see a white-skinned bald man with red eyes, and they're like running towards you, and she shouts no, she screams no, stop. And the doctor turns, and like all of her professionalism and all her like composure melts away instantly, and she turns with like utter anger and ferocity towards these intruders and says, "She is mine, go!" And at that, the whole scene disappears, and you all wake up at the same time with a start on the Epic Tracer in your beds. We're done with that section, and so we need to talk about a little bit of mechanics, and I think maybe that'll help us kind of shake the willies off here while we kind of talk mechanically.
Is that what you call it, Adam?
Just shaking our willies?
Just shaking the willies off?
Shaking the willies off.
Sometimes you just got to shake that willy, man.
Sometimes you just got to stroganoff, you know?
Oh my God.
All right. So, all right. Anyway, so what has happened here is that throughout that process, she kept talking about giving you a gift with no, like you could take basically what that means is that you would get a manifestation without actually moving up the corruption track. Now, we'll start with Emily. Ziva, you are legit on stage 4, and you have gotten the painful clarity manifestation. So do you want to talk about what that is?
Yeah, so painful clarity. As a reaction, when you fail a saving throw against a mind-affecting effect, you can use a weapon you're wielding to deal yourself 4 damage, subtracted directly from your hit points. If you do so, you can re-roll the saving throw. This benefit has no effect if you reduce the damage you inflict on yourself by any amount. The stain. You thrive on pain, and thus you always have a number of self-inflicted wounds. Reduce your maximum hit points by a number equal to half your level.
Oof.
Yeah. Don't love it.
Round it up or down?
Probably down. That's typical, unless it says otherwise.
Doesn't say otherwise.
Yeah. And Hero Lab should take care of that for you.
It does. 'Cause it's awesome.
Right. And so just to point out, that is one way for you to activate your previous manifestation without having to go through all your stamina. So you can hurt yourself to get that advantage on rolls for a round using that, so that's just something to consider. They work a little bit in tandem there.
You got a fucked up wombo combo.
Right.
That is the name of the game.
Ziva is one stage away from being halfway to fully corrupted.
Oh.
Zach, you also don't really have a choice in this one.
I suspected as much.
Right. Because of Ziva's surgery, and because of Sedona and Evelyn's surgery, you now have the deadened emotions manifestation.
Right.
And you are on stage 2 of the corruption. What that means flavor-wise, I'll let you say what the mechanics are in a second, but flavor-wise, you now have no feelings whatsoever about Evelyn or Sedona. Like, you have your memories of them, but like any of your emotional memory, gone. It's been excised from you, So that includes the mentor feelings that you had from Sedona. She is just a boss to you at this point. And Evelyn was a casualty of work. Like, not only do you not feel that love, you've forgotten it. Like, you just don't have it in you anymore. It's gone. You still have all of your mystical connection. The doctor did not lie to Ziva when she asked if it would separate you from Ibra. It did not. It separated her from you. So talk to me about, when I say her, the captain, from you.
Yeah.
So what does Deadened Emotions do mechanically?
Mechanically, it gives you a +2 insight bonus to bluff checks, as well as a +2 insight bonus to saving throws against mind-affecting effects. And if another creature attempts to read your mind and you succeed at the saving throw, you can render that creature shaken for 1 round as a reaction. You can do the same to a creature that fails a bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate check against you by directing your lifeless gaze at it. And the stain is that I reduce any morale bonus that I receive by 1.
Oh, wow. So you are disconnected from your captain because now Get 'em doesn't work for you.
Right.
Oof.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
This is really a lot of fun.
Well, welcome to Signal of Screams, finally. Jeez.
I will say unequivocally, Oran's is the worst. Like, that is not like the overall concept behind his manifestation.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's brutal. But, in just a second, Oren, I will... You also now, because you have such a clearer firsthand experience with it, you know some more about the corruption and how you can possibly battle it. And we'll get to that in just a second. Josh, Fell basically made his choice here, right? Now, you had a choice to play along with the scientist, the doctor, and you were pretty clear in your choice that you did not want it. So I'm assuming you are not choosing to take the gift, right? That would make sense. You did. So what I need you to do is then roll against corruption.
Okay. Ooh, that's it's a will save. Be a 14.
14 is not going to get it. You can use a...
I think I'm going to use resolve.
Okay. So you stay at stage 2, no change. You fought it hard. And actually, I want to give you an inspiration.
Oh. Sweet.
But go ahead and draw it, and we'll come back to you on that. Heath, the same kind of goes for you, right? You fought it pretty hard, and so I'm assuming you're not choosing to take a manifestation.
I mean,
I know you want it.
I feel like that. I don't even feel like in Mike's mind he was even presented an option. You know.
Well, so like think about it as playing along was the option, you know, and you didn't. You said,
No.
Fuck that. And so you don't get a gift from her. However, you do still need to roll against the corruption.
Okay. I think that's going to be a pass, my dude. That's a 26.
Yeah, that'll get it. All right. Kuiper, you made a choice. And she gave you a gift. So you get a gift without moving up the corruption path. I think you're the only one who got the free gift here. And it's a good one. You got the Shadow Jaunt manifestation, which she showed you what it was, which is basically that teleportation. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what it does?
All right. So Shadow Jaunt, the gift is, as a full action, you can teleport as if using a dimension door spell from one area of dim light or darkness to another, transporting only yourself and objects you wear or carry. If you are overburdened, this teleportation fails, but you can teleport only up to 60 feet. And you can't teleport once again until it take a 10-minute rest, which you regain stamina points. You can use this ability a number of times per day, equal to the number of manifestations you have.
Which is now 2.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Stain?
Yeah.
All right. You are apathetic and difficult to stir into action. When you roll your initiative check, roll twice and take the worst result.
So literally a cat.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Disadvantage on initiative, basically, for any 5e listeners that we have.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That Stain.
Yeah, that's rough, especially for an operative, right?
Right?
All right, so Josh, let's go ahead and go to your inspiration. And Emily, I'm going to give you an inspiration too. So go ahead and draw that. Well, Josh, you tell me what you got going on here.
Oh, good Lord. All right. This is from Tristan, Bipolar Pop-Tart. Message, help. I fell for you and I don't want to get up. Winky emoji.
Oh, wow. All right, good. Well, that's good.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. All right, Emily.
Okay, so, oh boy, this one is from Alex, my boy in Canada. Oh God, the message, spaceyelp.com review, 1 out of 5 stars. My wife and I recently had the displeasure of visiting the so-called Destination of Desires, as if, to start, we arrived 30 minutes early and the lady at the front desk told me that our room isn't even ready yet. Even worse, the rose petals on the bed were not made of black tar heroin, despite me specifically asking for that in my email. My wife ordered a salad for dinner and it arrived cold. I tried to talk to 3 managers, but I was told she's out saving the galaxy. Do yourself a favor and never go there. I heard they chop your dick off.
Man,
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Pulls
Alex.
is really going downhill.
Oh, God. I fucking love you so much. You are just great.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, 1 out of 5. I heard they chop your dick off.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Unless you're into that sort of thing.
All right. So that's what's happened with the corruptions, and you all wake up on the ship, and the ship comes out of this little shadow cloud as if nothing happened. And Terry says over the intercoms, "Hey guys, we are about 18 hours from Verces. Just thought you'd like to know.
Fell
Terry 2.0 out.
Mike would immediately pop up and be like, Oren! And like run to his cabin or something, you know, like after what he just saw and then got poofed out of whatever dream existence. He wants to go check and make sure there's no holes in his boy.
Yeah, I mean, for Oren's part, he would wake up like, you know, with a deep gasp and like start feeling of his chest and his head, and then just kind of like put his hands on his head and kind of run his hands through his hair, just kind of like a little unsure of everything that just happened.
Yeah, and then Mike bursts in. It's like, "Are you all right, boyo?"
What the fuck was that, Mike?
I don't know, but last I seen you had holes in you and the top of your head was gone. So, looks like,
Wait, he had
that's
fucking holes in him?
not the case.
His head
you
was
find-
gone.
Well, Fell joined us as well. Fell runs
Yeah,
into the
like
room.
I
Oh,
ran into
I thought we were on
his
the bridge.
room.
I'm sorry.
No.
Didn't mean to interrupt then. My bad.
Kuiper's just going to run over there, too. Because, hey. But go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what that was, but, like, I don't know, man, like, you look fine.
Yeah, I guess. Where's the captain?
I don't know. Let's find everybody, round everybody up, right?
Yeah, so Oren will open a comms channel and just say, everybody on the bridge right now. And make his way to the bridge with Mike.
Okay, you guys are on the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, we're on the bridge. Is everybody else on the bridge?
Yeah, Fell's going to go to the bridge. On the way there, though, he's going to ask, hey, Terry, you mind doing some checks? And some weird shit just happened, man. I don't... Did you pick anything up on sensors or anything while we were sleeping?
I did not. I can run a diagnostic, but I will say, as I watched all of you sleep, you were tossing and turning more than usual.
Okay. I appreciate it, Terry.
I love how, unfazed Fell is by the creepiness of Terry. He's just like, cool, whatever.
I made him, dude.
Like, I was looking down, and he said, while I was watching you, I'll sleep, and I'll look up, I'm like, the fuck? Josh's
So
just like,
what?
oh, okay.
Because he now has a body, now it's weird?
Yeah, it's creepy now.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, where do you think that creepiness came from?
Fair enough.
Right, that's fair.
Fell heads to the bridge.
Yeah, but to answer your question, he does say that there was no anomalies, there was nothing registered on any of the sensors or anything. That it was just a normal passage of time on the way there.
Yeah, I mean,
Kuiper's...
once...
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Kuiper comes in last. And he's just carrying a shot of aguardiente. Looking a little bit more, I guess, relaxed. Apathetic.
He's just chilling. He's
Drunk.
good.
Yeah.
I'm going to flavor my apathy as being drunk all the time.
No. It's just like, he does come in last, but he wanted to get a shot in because that was still fucking heavy,
Yeah, and I mean, he walks in with a shot and, sees Mike, fumbling at his APA lighter, trying to light a cigar, and finally gets it and, takes a big drag of his cigar and then exhales heavily. And is just like, so, we need to talk. What the fuck was that?
So Ziva hasn't arrived yet, though, right?
Ziva, as she, heard the comms coming on and Oren called for everybody, she's just kind of sitting on her bed, taking a deep breath, sort of thinking over everything. And she would get up And on her way, before she heads out the door to the bridge to meet with everybody, she'd just be clenching her hands so tightly. And as the door opens, like, you can see like a small amount of blood just kind of trickle out of one of her palms from where her nails are digging into her hand. And she takes a deep breath and she walks to the bridge.
So as soon as Ziva comes onto the bridge, Oren will just look right to her, right in her eyes, and coolly and without emotion just says, "You're walking a dark path, Captain."
You are correct. And she'd just kind of look around at everybody. And then she'd look back at Oren. I'm sorry. But I was trying to help. I was trying to fix the broken part.
It's not your place, Cap.
But it is. You're my responsibility. I'm your captain. If I can fix you, if I can mend you, why would I not? I'm sorry, but I do not regret it.
Oren nods and just looks away from Ziva and towards Mike and says, "You saw it too, huh? We were all there, right?" And kind of glances towards everyone else, wanting to confirm that we all had like this shared experience, like that it was in fact.
Yeah, I don't have no idea what you're talking about with Ziva though. I rushed the scientists and then nothing.
Well, I was hoping this was just a dream or something, but apparently that weren't no dream. And like you said, Phil, you like poofed out of there. Well, when they unmanacled me, I did the same thing you did. I charged that fucking scientist lady, and I got poofed out as well. And the last thing I seen was Oren with a big gaping fucking hole in his chest, and his head. It like can't say it, you know?
Yeah.
And Kuiper interjects just real quick, and he just takes a quick. He knocks back his aguardiente. What he means to say is your dome was off, and you were open from root to stem.
Yeah, I was there, Kuiper.
Subtle and helpful as always.
You wanted to confirm what you saw.
Yeah, well, I didn't fucking like it, I'll tell you that. I don't know what this is, alright? Look, you guys know I'm not some fucking mystic, not even a particularly smart man, but it seems to me like maybe Ziva and my good friend Oren here have more inclinations about what this might be than I do. So maybe do me a favor and explain it like I'm 5.
All right, Adam, can I roll a mysticism to try to maybe, like, figure out what exactly was going on? Like, Oren's got some knowledge of planes.
Absolutely, yeah. You can
Could
roll
Ziva
mysticism.
assist with that?
Not on
Can
a
I-
knowledge
I
check.
can't-
You can do
my
your own. You can do your own, yeah.
I don't think I could even get is that a morale bonus or is it an insight bonus on an assist? On another?
You could get 1 point of it.
But it's a knowledge, so
too, but
I can't aid you.
But you can do your own, Emily.
Could that be conveyed through a mind meld?
Not between the two of them.
Will a 32?
Yeah, 32's plenty. And, so you kind of take in everything that you've experienced, including all the information you gathered at New Elysium, and then what happened in this shared experience. And, as you've already known, you have shadow corruption, and that you must have experienced some extraplanar pocket to where it was like a hybrid of a dream, hallucination, and actual experience, because you woke up affected from it. And that whoever the scientist person was able to create a little tiny pocket dimension for you to have this shared experience. Beyond that, you know what's happened to you. You know that the mystical connection that your captain had once had with you is gone. You can feel it gone in yourself as well. And you also now know more about how to battle the corruption. It's like being so in this little pocket dimension of the shadow plane. You just understand it more. And so I'm going to give you some mechanical information here that Orin now knows. You can use Remove Affliction to suppress gifts and stains of any target's corruption for 10 minutes per caster level. Now, you've done that already with Kane's Fall, right? In addition, one casting of Break Enchantment or Remove Affliction can remove one manifestation, but only if the victim meets the cure conditions of the corruption or, and this is the important part, hasn't accepted the gift associated with that manifestation. And what that means is you haven't actually activated the gift yet, right? So, but you have to make a save, or a check using the Remove Affliction spell, and the DC is pretty high. I'm just going to give you the DC. I don't know how this translates flavor-wise, but so that with that 32, you kind of have a full gathering. That it's 15 plus 3 times the number of manifestations the target has.
What's the roll? Is it a mysticism?
So it's whatever is in the text of Remove Affliction. Remove Affliction makes you do a roll. I would think that it's probably a mysticism.
It's a caster check.
All right.
A D20 plus your caster level.
Gotcha.
So, but this says that the DC equals 4 plus the DC of the affliction.
Right, but this is a specific affliction here that has overriding rules. So it's 15
plus 3 times the number
of the.
So I could only roll a 29 on this with a natural 20. My caster level's 9.
Yeah, that's the tops of it, right? So it's 15 plus 3 times the number of manifestations the target has. And so what you can do is that you can try to pull back some of the manifestations anyways. It doesn't cure the corruption.
Sure.
Nor does it move you back a stage in the corruption. But you can pull a manifestation away, which makes it easier to fight the corruption, because the more manifestations you have, the harder it is to fight the corruption.
Now,
but you have to do it before the gift is activated the first time. Otherwise, it's locked in.
That's to actually remove the manifestation. To suppress the effects
Yes.
of the gifts and stains, is the DC the same, or is the DC the
The DC
4
is
plus-
the same. Yes. The DC is the same. And if you're doing it to somebody like Ziva, we'll say, who's this far along, she's going to roll she's going to roll a save against the spell to try to not get it because she's so far along. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to break through her will save or whatever.
That's a pretty...
Even if I'm willing?
I mean, if you're willing, yes, but you have to ask yourself how willing you would be considering what you just did. You know what I mean? But that's would always be a conversation that you would have to have in those moments. You know what I mean? And you have to make those decisions for your characters. But the reality is this is how you can deal with the corruption, but you know that the only way to actually cure yourselves of the corruption is to destroy the source of it. And you know that the scientist is the source of it.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of information for me to say in Orin's voice.
Yeah, you can just relay that to the... And,
Well,
you know,
so to be fair, the question prompted by Mike was not so much about mechanics, but like he doesn't understand anything about the severing of bonds or ties or anything like that just happens. He just knows what he saw was you like cut open and that Ziva did part of it and doesn't understand any of the like mental or mystical aspects of what the fuck is going on.
right, I think Zach just wanted to have all the information before he answered that question.
Right, sure. No, I totally understand that.
But I do think you know, now as Orin, you can respond to Mike in whatever way you want to.
Yeah, so, Orin, well, gosh, how do I explain like Mike's 5?
I mean, just hit the basics, baby. You know, like, I mean, tell him what happened. I mean, if it helps, I don't think Mike would necessarily even be aware fully that you and Ziva had some kind of weird mystical bond. Like, he knows you've got some kind of, like, you know, connection, like, emotionally, but, like, in terms of, like, mystical powers, like, how would he know that, and why would he care? You know, other than, like, heal me sometimes. So, like, he doesn't... All he knows is that he popped into this dream thing that he thought was a dream when he woke up until you guys confirmed that you all experienced it as well. You know? And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, Mike is incredibly limited in what he could not only intuit, but actually know about what just happened.
All right, so Orin just basically says that scientist. It's shadow planar magic, but she went in there and cut out pieces of me, pieces that I thought were important, and then Ziva came along and severed a piece of the connection that I guess I was channeling into her through Ibra. It's mystical mumbo jumbo, Mike. It's not going to be anything that is going to make much sense to you, but
I mean, like, what does that mean for you and for her, like, functionally as people? Like, I know you're a man of Ibra, and this is a world where gods are demonstrably real. You know?
truly. I don't know, Mike. What it means
she
is that
cut
we
you
need
off?
to get... As
No,
far as I...
not from Ibra. Not Oren. Oren is still intact with Ibra. I would not sever that connection. That is not... That was never my intention.
Cap, stop. Just stop. And he turns back to Mike and says, what it means is that we need to get to Verces. And we need to talk to Kaon Reese. And we need to find the source of this corruption. And we need to end this.
Look, mate. We're good friends. You don't get to fucking do that to me, right? Where you just say, like, that means we need to get to the next leg of the mission. What fucking connection got broken here?
Like I said, Mike, Ziva was able to channel a piece of the connection that I have with Ibra. And it was giving her mystical abilities. We were training in between, the situation on Aurelos with the Aslanti, and cultivating her abilities. I don't know what it means for her, but yeah, there you go.
But you're good?
I'm as good as I can be, Mike.
Alright. And Mike, visibly, is trying to process that for a second, because, he doesn't get any of this. He just, does not click for him how any of this mystical stuff or magical stuff in general, not in his wheelhouse, doesn't understand it, accepts it as a reality, doesn't have any inclination as to how
it doesn't comprehend the intricacies.
Right.
Fell's on the same page with Mike, listening,
Right.
but really not fully understanding and trying to, I guess, find analogs in engineering and computers and how certain parts work together, but is just kind of coming up blank. But Fell
Right.
stays quiet.
So, but Mike looks over to Fell and is like, well, all that said, all I know is what I saw and what I feel like I experienced. Which you said, what question? You said the shadow plane. Were we in the fucking shadow plane? What? Where were we?
I believe so, yes. I think we were in some sort of pocket dimension of the shadow plane. Likely that scientist created.
Yeah, but Terry said he didn't see anything on any type of senses or anything. Why?
Fel, this is a little beyond Terry's wheelhouse.
Yeah, brilliant of a creation as he is, there may be things he can't perceive, right? Just like there's things I can't perceive. And he kind of looks pointedly at Fel as he says that. He says, but I do know what I saw. And this scientist, she asked you, Fel, to come at me and do something like what happened with Oren.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I'm quite proud of you, mate. Because that... I don't know how this all works, but thank you for not coming at me and digging into me, cutting me open, whatever it may be.
Mike,
I'm very proud of you.
You've done too many things for me to ever try to willfully harm you in any way or do anything to you that I don't understand. So,
Yeah. And he claps you on the shoulder, and then he turns to the captain. And he walks up to the captain, face to face, looks down at her, and says, again, I don't pretend to understand how any of this works, but I know what I saw, and it looked like you willingly went digging into my friend Oren here. And I hesitate to call you captain right now, because if you ever fucking come at me with something like that, pocket dimension or no, when we get out of there, I'll snap your fucking neck.
Yeah.
So Oren actually interjects, and he's like, stop. This is exactly what that stupid scientist wants. She wants to turn us all against each other, to separate, divide, and conquer. That's how she's going to let this corruption spread. And Oren turns to Ziva and says, Cap, listen. I understand why you did what you did. It's done now. We cannot let this tear us apart. We're never going to get through this if we crumble. Does everyone understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mike drops his cigar and stomps it out and walks away. Doesn't answer your question.
So Ziva was kind of like staring down after, Mike had said his bit, and then Oren has just kind of come and laid everything out bare. She was sort of staring down, and she kind of pops her eyes up. She doesn't so much move her head, but her eyes turn up and look at everybody still in the room. You are right, Oren. We will kill this woman, this creature, whatever she is. And we will do it as a crew. We will do it with me as your captain. Because loath though you may be, some of you, and she'd kind of glance down the hall towards where Mike walked out. What I did for the best possible results. Oren is not burdened with this pain, this anguish that he has had. He is clearer. He can move forward. We will all move forward. And if anyone has any problem with it, or if they wish to snap any bones, I am happy to take that up with you. And she just kind of glares at everybody.
Yeah, Fell's gonna put his hand on the back of his head and just kind of rub it like sheepishly. It's like, no problem here, Cap. And is gonna turn to leave.
She just kind of nod at you, not smiling, not saying anything. She'd look at Oren and just kind of nod a little bit, and she would walk across, heading towards, like, the galley.
Or just nods a little bit and lets her go,
Kuiper's going to head towards the galley.
For Oren's part, he'll take a seat in the pilot's chair and just spend a little time kind of watching the drift and kind of being alone with his thoughts.
Okay. Good. So, Oren, you can take an inspiration.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, buddy. I will do that. Let's see. I also got an Alex inspiration from our good buddy Alex. It says, "To whom it may concern, I am penning this letter in the hopes it reaches your gentle hands safely. I'm writing in hopes that you'll consider me as the new janitor to the Epic Tracer. My qualifications are as follows. I am an expert in cleaning bodily fluids. I've never sneezed whilst using the bathroom, not even once. I only feel joy when I clean. I shit concentrated inspiration. On this last note, I promise all inspiration nuggets, as I call them, will be carefully stored and filed. I promise never to use the lizard's toothbrush again, or try to charge my phone in the robot. I hope you consider my potential employment forever in your heart, Alex."
I think that is a nice little nugget of levity in an otherwise really tough, grimdark episode.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alex, for that.
Yes.
And Zach, good job with the role play there. Heath, I'm getting to you, but let's go to the galley as the captain walks in. Now, Kuiper, you're kind of trailing behind her, but what are you doing, Captain, when you walk into the galley? What's your intent there?
So she's actually kind of just leaning over what I imagine the space sink, just kind of like catching her breath, but as she kind of like feels Kuiper come in, she'd sort of spin around and lift her head, just sort of composing herself. I Yes, Kuiper, how can I help you?
And Kuiper walks into the galley, and he lights up a Don Juan cigarillo, and says, "Nice speech back there. I was hoping we could talk for a moment."
Of course. What's on your mind?
First off, I would like to apologize for my insistence on the actions that took place back there. Kind of gives a quick look.
There's no need to apologize. I am happy to assist in whatever way assistance needs to be given. And in that moment, that was how I could have helped. But it did not come to pass, so... Yes. She just kind of smiles a little.
And he takes that in, regards the captain, says, "You've taken some hits from the crew, but I have a feeling they'll be alright. This is not over. It could have been worse. We could have all been killed. The opportunity was there. I see that you are struggling, as we all are. But, as you mentioned back there, and just to paraphrase, we must use critical thought. We must own our outcome. Those on that table back there all consented for one reason or another. To take, one must first give. Power does not come at a discount."
She takes a deep breath and kind of walks over and puts a hand on Kuiper. I assume he's like sitting or leaned up against something, as Kuiper is wont to do.
Leaning, yeah.
And she just kind of put a hand on his shoulder and would say, "You are very, very right. And as much as it may pain some of the rest of the crew, I will use whatever advantage that I can get to ensure our safety and longevity. Mikhail can be very passionate, but passion must be tempered by an even head. We will attend to our business on Verces. We will destroy this creature, and we will rid ourselves of this corruption. And we will do so together." And she kind of squeezes his arm.
And Kuiper kind of like slow nods in agreement. And he puts his hand on top of where she's squeezing. And he says, "I'd rather the hand of someone I can trust prodding at my brain than that doctor."
Well, you have a very sharp intellect. It would take more than a scalpel, I imagine, to get at that brain of yours. And she would kind of wink, and I am glad you are here with us, Kuiper. I feel we will need you more than we know.
Well, I like to keep things interesting. Add a little bit of spice to this food, if you know what I mean.
Yes, very much. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go and rest a little bit before we approach Verces proper.
Of course, my Capitan.
Excellent. few hours later, Terry comes over the intercoms and says, "We are approaching Verses airspace." Sorry, starspace, right? Not airspace. And you know, Oren, you're in the pilot's chair, and I imagine a couple of you might have made your way to the bridge as you've gotten closer. And you see Verses start to come into view. And Verses is a planet that is tidally locked, and so when you see it from out here in space, you see one half of it is just a sun-drenched desert. Like the whole, like half of the globe is a desert. And then the other half is completely shrouded in darkness with lots of ice caps towards the top. And right down the equator line is this kind of always dusk lit ring of inhabitation, of where you can see the lights of various cities shining. And you know that with great severity now, that salvation begins with finding Kaon Reese at Verses, specifically in Kuvakara. And we'll see you.
Well, we got through that one. I hope everybody else did too out there in the listener space.
Yeah, it was
Man.
a doozy.
Just juicy.
The premier Grimdark Starfinder podcast.
Pretty near. Said it at the beginning. I wanted to live up to it.